Hey everyone! Before we dive into this story, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more gripping tales like this one. The family gathering was set for 2 p.m. on Sunday at what Dad referred to as the estate, a grand colonial mansion where he and Mom resided. Attendance was mandatory for me, my brother Tyler, my sister Jessica, along with their partners and children. Dad had sent a formal email with the subject Critical Family Matters. I arrived early, parking my Tesla in the circular drive. Through the large front windows, I saw Dad pacing in his study, documents scattered across his mahogany desk. Mom was busy arranging chairs in the living room, as if preparing for a corporate meeting. Tyler's Range Rover rolled in, followed by Jessica's Mercedes SUV. Both cars were pricey, flaunting a level of success they hadn't truly earned. Mom greeted me at the door with a warm, tight embrace. "I'm so happy you made it, Sophie. I know you're always tied up with your tech work." Tech work? Her way of describing my software engineering consultancy that brought in $800,000 a year. To them, I was still just tinkering with computers. We settled in the living room. Tyler lounged in a leather armchair, acting like he owned the place. Jessica sat primly on the couch, her husband Brad looking uneasy beside her. Their kids were upstairs in the playroom. Dad stood by the fireplace, hands clasped behind him, striking his favorite patriarch pose, ready to deliver big news. "Thank you all for being here," he began. "Your mother and I have been reviewing our estate plans, and we need to talk about the family's assets." I sipped my water, waiting. As you're aware, our family has been fortunate to own multiple properties over the years. This house, Tyler's place on Riverside, Jessica's downtown townhouse, Sophie's small condo, the lake cabin, and several rental units. Small condo? My 2,400 square foot penthouse in the city's priciest building. "Your mother and I are aging," Dad went on. "We need to plan for the future, ensuring these properties meet the family's needs." Tyler perked up, leaning forward. Jessica's eyes sparkled with interest. "We've decided," Dad said, pulling out a folder, "to reallocate the family properties to better suit everyone's current circumstances." Here it comes, I thought. "Tyler, you and Amanda have 4 kids. Your house is too small. You'll move into this estate. It has 6 bedrooms, ample space for your growing family." Tyler's face lit up. "Wow, thank you," he said. "Jessica, you and Brad need more room for your business endeavors. You'll take Sophie's penthouse downtown. It's perfect for the entertaining you do." My penthouse, the one I bought 4 years ago for $1.2 million. Jessica clapped her hands excitedly. "Oh, Dad, that place is stunning. Sophie, you're okay with this, right? You're always traveling anyway." All eyes turned to me. I set my water glass down carefully. "And where will I live?" I asked, keeping my tone even. "We've thought of that," Mom chimed in. "You can have the apartment above the garage here. It's quaint, and you're always saying you want something simple." The garage apartment, 600 square feet, no view, built for a live-in housekeeper. "And my current place?" I asked. "Jessica needs it more," Dad said firmly. "She's building a business, networking with influential people. You work remotely. You can do that anywhere." Tyler was already on his phone, likely texting Amanda about the mansion. Jessica was jotting notes, probably planning her redecoration. "What about the rental properties?" I asked. "Those will be split between Tyler and Jessica to manage," Dad replied. "They need the passive income for their families. You're doing well enough on your own." I nodded slowly. "So, you've already decided." "This isn't a discussion, it's a proclamation. We're your parents," Dad said. "We know what's best for the family. Sometimes that requires individual sacrifices for the collective good." "Individual sacrifices," I echoed. "That's an interesting way to describe taking my home." "It's not your home, Sophie," Mom said softly. "It's family property. Your grandmother's trust funded the down payment years ago. That makes it ours." I opened a folder on my phone, prepared for this moment. "Dad, do you recall 8 years ago? The market crash." His face stiffened. "That's old news. Your real estate portfolio collapsed," I said. "You were overextended, drowning in debt, facing foreclosure on everything, this mansion, Tyler's house, Jessica's townhouse, the lake cabin, all the rentals. The bank was about to seize it all. We hit a rough patch, Dad said tightly. We bounced back. No, you didn't bounce back, I said, standing, phone in hand. I bailed you out. I was 26, fresh off selling my first startup for $4.5 million. You came to me, desperate, begging for help. You said, Sophie, you're great with finances. Help us sort this out. And I did. I bought it all. Every single property you were about to lose. Tyler sat up. What are you saying? 8 years ago, I continued, I purchased this mansion, Tyler's house, Jessica's townhouse, the lake cabin, and all 6 rentals. I paid off Dad's debts, cleared the mortgages, and saved the family from financial ruin. Jessica's face paled. That's impossible. We own our homes. No, you don't, I said. You live in my homes, rent-free, for 8 years. I showed them documents on my phone. Every property is owned by Clearview Holdings, LLC, my company. My name is on every deed. Dad's face reddened. You said you'd help us. You didn't say you were buying everything. You assumed I'd loan you money, I said. I said I'd handle it. I handled it by becoming your landlord. This is absurd, Tyler said, standing. Even if that's technically true, these are family properties. You can't just claim them. I'm not claiming them, I said. I've owned them for 8 years. I've paid every property tax, insurance premium, and maintenance cost while you lived rent-free and pretended you owned these places. Mom's voice trembled. Why would you hide this from us? I didn't hide anything, I said. I saved you from bankruptcy. I didn't tell you because of this exact moment. The second you knew I had money, it became family money. My success became something you felt entitled to. We're your family, Jessica cried. You're supposed to share. I have shared, I said. Free housing for 8 years. But that's not enough. You want to take my penthouse, stick me in a garage apartment, and act like it's a favor. Dad tried to take charge. Sophie, let's not be rash. Even if this is true, we can resolve this as a family. We're past that, I said, opening another folder on my phone. I knew this was coming. Mom mentioned estate planning to Tyler 3 months ago. Tyler told Jessica. Jessica told her realtor friend she'd be moving soon. Word spreads. Tyler's face confirmed I was right. So I prepared, I said, showing them a document. These are eviction notices for all family members occupying my properties without valid leases. This mansion, Tyler's house, Jessica's townhouse, the lake cabin, and 3 rentals where extended family live. You can't evict your own family. Mom gasped. Watch me, I said. You'll receive formal notices this week. 30 days to vacate. Where will we go? Tyler demanded. That's your problem, I said. You're adults. Figure it out. Jessica sobbed. We have kids. You'd make your nieces and nephews homeless. You're making them homeless by trying to take my property, I said. I'm just enforcing consequences. The room erupted, Tyler yelling about betrayal, Jessica crying, Mom pleading, Dad threatening lawsuits. Brad sat still, likely realizing his lifestyle was collapsing. I headed for the door. Sophie, Dad's voice boomed, if you leave, you're no longer part of this family. I turned. Dad, you just tried to give away my home and put me in a garage apartment. I haven't been part of this family for a long time. I've been the ATM. The eviction notices were served on Tuesday. My attorney, Marcus Chin, delivered each one personally, with a police officer as a witness. The calls started immediately, furious ones from Tyler, desperate voicemails from Mom, even one from Uncle Frank, who'd been living rent-free in one of my rentals for 4 years. I blocked most and forwarded the rest to Marcus. Your family's threatening to sue, Marcus said over lunch. They're claiming elder abuse, fraud, and some made-up family property rights. Let them sue, I said. I have every document, deed, and payment record. It's airtight. They're also saying you're stealing from them, Marcus added. Jessica posted on Facebook that you're evicting your elderly parents. I checked her post. There I was, portrayed as the heartless daughter tossing her family out. The comments were brutal. Cousins I hadn't spoken to in years calling me selfish, family friends feigning shock. Let them talk, I said. The truth will surface. It did, 3 days later, when Tyler tried to refinance his house and learned he wasn't on the deed. The bank officer, puzzled, checked the records. Tyler's mortgage broker called him. Sir, you don't own this property. Clearview Holdings LLC does. Are you renting? Tyler's enraged call to me was almost comical. The bank says I don't own my house. They say some company owns it. What did you do? I told you at the meeting, I said. I own it. I've owned it for 8 years. This is fraud, he shouted. I'm calling the police. Go ahead, I said. Explain how you've lived rent-free in my house for 8 years while claiming you owned it. I'm sure they'll sympathize. He hung up. The real chaos hit when Dad tried to get a home equity loan on the mansion. The bank found the same thing. Clearview Holdings LLC, owner Sophie Morrison. He stormed into my downtown office, red-faced. You forged documents. You stole our house. I pulled up my file server and turned the monitor to him. Here's every bank statement, closing document, and payment record from 8 years ago. Your signatures on the sale documents. Wanna see? His face went from red to pale as he scrolled through folders of legal documents, all with his signature. You actually bought everything, he said. Yes. You never asked. You assumed. Just like you assumed you could give away my penthouse and stick me in a garage apartment. He sank into a chair. What do you want, Sophie? Money? We don't have any. I know, I said. You've been living beyond your means for years, racking up credit card debt and loans against income you don't have. I showed another document. Tyler owes $85,000 in credit card debt. Jessica's business has been losing money for 3 years. You and Mom have $170,000 in personal loans. I know it all. How, he asked. Because I'm not naive, Dad. I bailed you out 8 years ago. Did you think I wouldn't keep tabs? So what now, he asked. You toss us out and laugh. No, I said. I enforced boundaries you should have respected. I slid papers across my desk. Here's what happens. You have 30 days to vacate the mansion. Tyler has 30 days for his house. Jessica has 30 days for her townhouse. Everyone in my rentals has 30 days. But I'm not cruel. I handed him lease agreements. Market rates for each property. If you can afford it, you can stay as legitimate tenants. First month, last month, security deposit, standard terms. Miss one payment, eviction follows. Dad stared at the paper. The mansion's $8,500 a month. We can't afford that. Then downsize, I said. Find something within your means. Welcome to reality. This is harsh, he said. No, I replied. Harsh is living rent-free in my properties for 8 years, then trying to take more without asking. Harsh is dismissing my work as computer stuff while I earn 6 figures. Harsh is treating me as less important than Tyler and Jessica, then expecting me to fund everyone forever. He sat silently, holding the lease agreement. I built an empire, Dad, I said. 12 properties, $3 million in equity, a consulting business spanning 5 countries. I did that while quietly supporting this family. And you thanked me by trying to take my penthouse. We didn't know, he said. You didn't care to know. There's a difference. The 30 days passed. Mom and Dad signed a lease for a 3-bedroom house I owned in another neighborhood. $2, $800 a month, straining their retirement income. Tyler and Amanda downsized to a rental they could afford, not one of mine. Jessica moved in with Brad's parents, her pride shattered. Uncle Frank found a studio apartment. Other extended family members scattered to places within their budgets. My properties were re-rented quickly to professional tenants, background checked, reliable, people who paid on time and maintained the spaces. 3 months later, Tyler showed up at my office, unannounced. Security called and I let him in. He looked worn, thinner, tired, but more grounded. I'm not here to ask for anything, he said. I just want to say I understand now. I waited. Amanda and I are in a 2-bedroom apartment. The kids share rooms. We sold the Range Rover for a used Honda. We're budgeting for the first time. It's humbling, but it's real. We're not pretending anymore. That's good, Tyler, I said. I didn't know you owned everything, he said. But I should have suspected something. The property taxes on that house should have been $15,000 a year. I never paid them, never saw a bill. I didn't question it because I didn't want to know. Willful ignorance, I said. Yeah, he admitted. I'm sorry for assuming you owed us, for going along with Dad's plan to take your penthouse. You built something real, and we treated it like it was ours to divide. It was the most candid talk we'd ever had. Thank you, I said. Are you happy? He asked. I'm not happy you're struggling, I said, but I'm at peace. I set boundaries I should have set years ago. I'm done being the family bank. He nodded. Amanda says you did the right thing. She's why I'm here. Tell her thanks, I said. After he left, I gazed out my office window at the city skyline. My 12 properties were out there, properly managed, generating income, legally protected. That evening, Dad called. Your mom wants to invite you to dinner at our rental house. Not yet, I said. She's not asking for money, he said. She misses you. My chest tightened. I miss her too, I said. But I need you to understand, I'm not returning to how things were, where my success is ignored and my property is treated as family assets. I know, he said. I'm learning. The lease payment's due next week. We'll pay on time. Good, I said. Sophie, you built something remarkable. I'm sorry I didn't see it, didn't celebrate it, didn't respect it. My throat caught. Thanks, Dad. Maybe in a few months we can have that dinner, once we've shown we can respect boundaries. Maybe, he said. Let's see. 6 months later, I sat in my penthouse, still mine, never taken, and reviewed my portfolio. Now 14 properties, with 2 more purchased from rental income. Mom and Dad paid rent on time every month. Tyler and Amanda were rebuilding their finances, slowly but honestly. Jessica had a stable corporate job with benefits. The family was learning to stand on their own, and I was learning boundaries weren't cruel. They were essential. My empire stood strong, built by me, owned by me, protected by me, and at last respected.